Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be playing around with some Poppin' Cookin' kits. This is just candy making kits. I've never done any before, but they're super cute, and I'm hoping we can have some fun with them. This one is entirely, the instructions are entirely in Japanese, but these two I have them in English. So hopefully I learn enough from those two that I'll be able to figure out that other one. Also though, there's this small YouTuber challenge that's been going around. Mostly I've seen it so far in the toy community. The first one I saw was by KW Reviews. I will link to his channel below. So I'm going to answer some of those questions, let you guys get to know me a little better, and if you have any more questions, you can always leave them in the comments below. Alright, so here goes. First question, what inspired you to become a YouTuber? I honestly don't consider myself a YouTuber. It's cool that I'm creating content here. If this channel ever blows up one day, I suppose then I'll be able to adhere that title to myself. But as far as why I started making videos, I wanted to just learn more about video recording, video editing, and also just kind of have a chance, an excuse to play with all these other mediums. I'm pretty primarily, or fully, a miniature diorama photographer where I build or set up small scenes with my final goal being the photograph of that scene. So I say I like transform those scenes through lighting and my camera lens. And in any case, I feel like the more I know about other art mediums, the more I can apply that to my photography or just, you know, enjoy the act of creating. So this has kind of given me a little hub to experiment with things. Question 2. What impressions do you wish for your followers to get from your channel? I just want you guys to see me trying things and either you to just enjoy the clips, or maybe it'll inspire you to try the same thing or something similar. It's all just about experimentation, inspiration, and just having fun with it. Number 3. What do you wish to never become as a YouTuber? When I started this thing, I really just wanted to, if I ever review anything, be honest about it, not be like overly happy about things just for the sake of making like my own brand seem good. I want to be honest about what I say about things, whether I like it, whether I don't, and not to be like down on any company, but just I feel like there's a lot of products that are sold with a lot of like glowing reviews that aren't necessarily that great. That being said, I don't always do reviews, so it's also just my experimentation and once again being honest about the challenges I'm having with things. Like, I don't want to be someone that just makes these perfectly pristine things for the internet and to make myself look perfect or anything. I just, here's what it is. If you like it, great. If not, maybe the next one will be a hit. Alright, number 4. How long did it take you to reach 100 subscribers? Let's see. So I started posting relatively regularly in November of 2017, so it's now been like 8 months, and I'm at like 135, 136 subscribers last time I looked, so it took 7-8 months. Number 5, what is your most viewed video? I have about 1,700 views on my bubblegum resin shaker video. That's by far hugely the most viewed video. I'd say everything else literally has anywhere from like 20 to 200 or 300 views maybe, with a few videos having a little more views than that. That one, I think the Sophie and Toffee box that came out around that time had a bubblegum shaker mold in it, so it was just really good timing as far as the release of that video, I think. And then the more views and comments you get on a video, the more you continue to get. So, I mean, that's really cool. It was my first try ever with resin shakers, so it's kind of cool that everyone's tuning in for that. Number 6, which of your videos was your biggest surprise? That's an interesting question. I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to answer that, but I guess the same one I just talked about with it having that many views, definitely a surprise, especially since I have nowhere near that many subscribers. So that's been really cool. Number 7, which of your videos was your biggest disappointment? I don't know that any of them really have been. There have been a few that I really haven't gotten many views at all, but that's kind of where my expectation is. Like, I have not in any sort of pessimistic way, but I don't have super high expectations for this channel because I'm just having fun. I'm glad some of you guys are enjoying along with me, but as of this far, I wouldn't say any of them are super disappointment. Like, what was it, my Whipple one, I had some pretty bad lighting, I was kind of annoyed about that, but once you make the thing, there's really no going back. So, and it's all, I think things will just get better as I go, as I learn more about what I'm actually doing. Number 8. What do you feel that people overlook from your channel? I don't know. Nothing that I'm completely aware of. I got some comments on a video a little while back that was pretty disappointed that I was being kind of down on Sophie and Toffee, and that's sort of, I feel like I started getting views when I started subscribing to the Sophie and Toffee box, and then I decided to stop subscribing just of my own. I'm not much of a subscription box person is really all it came down to. It was nothing against the brand, and so I feel like when I got those comments, what was more overlooked is that I'm just like this individual person expressing my own opinions about things, and with like no ulterior motive there. I don't really think that most people necessarily overlook that. I don't really know what you guys are looking for when you watch my videos. That's something I'm still kind of learning about. So thanks for bearing with me. Number 9, I'm gonna skip that one because it doesn't have much to do with my channel. And the last one, where do you see your channel in the next year? I don't know. My goal was to post weekly. Lately it's been like every week and a half-ish, every 2 weeks, just because life has been a little crazy. So I'm hoping to actually commit to that weekly posting, maybe even bi-weekly if I can get there. And I'll see how things grow along the way. I just want to have fun. I'll jump on trends and try to get views like when they seem to integrate well with my channel. But otherwise, I'm just here experimenting with things that look kind of cool. So yeah, let me know if you have any more questions, if there's anything specifically you'd like to see me experiment with, and thank you very much for watching. So something I really didn't expect. When making the ice cream in the bento box, the powders just smelled like you'd expect candy to smell. Green apple, strawberry, vanilla, whatever. When making the hamburger, it actually smelled like potato and beef. And I hadn't read the ingredients since that box was entirely in Japanese, so I looked them up, and some ingredients include potato powder, meat powder. So really, I don't know how healthy this is for you, but you are making an actual meal. I'm vegetarian. I don't eat gelatin, I don't eat meat, so I can't actually try these products. You might ask why I even bought them, and that is a story for another day. They're fun to make. To give you some perspective, the recording time for those 3 kits was like an hour and a half. So these are not quick things. The ice cream was pretty quick since you're just mixing 2 powders and then piping the icing. But the hamburger kit and the bento kit were actually pretty involved. Fun, I'd say, but is this how I'd normally consume my candy? Probably not. But let me know if there's any other cute food things you'd like to see, if you've ever actually tasted any of the candies from Poppin' Cookin' and what you think, and if you would expect one of these candy kits to contain meat powder. Alright, I will catch you next time.